Up with KREM begins now.
Right now on Up with KREM, a live look outside. We are talking a rainy forecast heading our way, but temperatures still above normal for this time of year. Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo going to break down your forecast for the rest of the week. And our coverage of Nick Rolovich continues. WSU is moving forward and preparing for this weekend's game with a new head coach. Our team talked to the interim head coach for the first time.
Plus, can employees who were let go after the vaccine deadline apply for unemployment benefits? The answer isn't all that simple, but there is a chance.
Good morning. Thanks so much for watching Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Channing Curtis. Let's get right to some breaking news this morning. This is a live look right now as Spokane police are investigating a fatal shooting that happened in the West Central neighborhood.
So we do want to provide you with an update that, as you can see, all roads back open this morning. Officers say they received several shots fired calls earlier this morning, and then when they arrived, they found a body in the middle of the road on Boone.
Now, we did ask the officers if they are already looking for a suspect, and they say they are just now in the preliminary stages of this investigation. Of course, we'll continue to keep you updated with the very latest all morning long here on Up with KREM.
All right, time now 7:31. Here is a look outside, and my goodness,
beautiful.
Look at those fall colors. It looks so great.
Gorgeous.
We're looking forward to hearing from meteorologist Jeremy Legoo about his fall color explainer. He goes into the science behind it, and it's very interesting. But first, he's here to tell us now what we can expect on this Wednesday.
All right, here is a live look outside this morning as the sun is just starting to peek out a little bit. But don't get too used to seeing the sun today, because it's definitely a day for the umbrellas, because rain is heading back in our forecast.
Ooh, and if you take a look outside, if you're looking, you see them? Leaves flying everywhere right now as wind starts to pick up. So unfortunately, a lot of those leaves we talked about the past couple days are going to play out exactly how we thought it would. 52 degrees right now with wind picking up out of the south. We're up to 13 miles per hour. And as we head through the day, it's expected that we are going to see those gusts remain pretty strong. Right now we have air quality sitting at moderate. It likely trends closer to good here in our next update, but that's from some wildfire smoke down to our south blowing in along with this wind. Temperatures sit on the warm side this morning. Mid 40s in Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint, 52 in Spokane, and upper 40s in both Wenatchee and Moses Lake. When it comes to the wind, it's basically here. We're going to see those gusts up near 20 miles per hour throughout the day. At times they could near 25 miles per hour, and that will be with the arrival of some of the moisture. The storm itself, not overly organized, but it is blowing in, and along with it comes that moisture. It's already starting to fall apart, but you can see some of those showers kind of holding together as it nears. We will see those move in here in the next couple of hours, and then kind of stick around and eventually move out later on this afternoon, opening the doors for clearer skies and warmer temperatures tomorrow. So this is a quick shot, but look what waits in the works as we get into late Thursday. You can see those leaves falling all around me. I'm telling you, they are blowing in the wind. We've got some scattered showers moving through today. Those clear out this afternoon, up near 58. Tomorrow, warmer and sunnier across the region.
Now this morning, our coverage on the firing of Nick Rolovich continues.
But by now, you've probably heard WSU cut ties after Rolovich did not get the COVID vaccine. His request for exemption was denied, and now he's out of a job. WSU is moving forward, though. Right now, they've tapped Jake Dicker to lead the football program.
So right now, one of his top priorities is filling 4 assistant coaching positions, and he's hoping to have them all filled by Saturday's game against BYU.
On Tuesday, when I was live in Pullman, I saw the players take the field for practice for the first time since Rolovich was fired. This is the first time ever a coach was let go for refusing a vaccine.
And this week, we got a chance to speak with the interim head coach for the very first time, and he says he got the vaccine months ago because he wanted to see fans in the stadium this season.
You know, that was a long time ago. And I believe I was at the forefront of wanting to get a vaccination. That was my personal choice. And at the time, it was a rallying cry, you know, to try to get all of our fans, because we didn't know if there was going to be fans in the stadium, you know. So I was trying to be supportive and use my voice and my outreach because I knew I was trying to do something for the players.
Athletic Director Pat Chun says his goal for the next head coach is someone who would consider retiring from WSU. And in case you're wondering, Coach Dicker does already have a home in Pullman. Well, if you want to read more about how the university got to their decision to let go of Rolovich, you can text the word Rolo to the number 509-448-2000 and we'll send a link to your phone.
Now, yesterday we received so many comments from all of you on this story. Many people supporting WSU's decision, the other half of people supporting Rolovich.
So we want to keep this conversation going. Let us know who you want to see hired as the new head coach at WSU. Text us to our same number, 509-448-2000. Let's get to your morning rush, what you need to know before you head out the door.
First up, police arrested a person in connection to a fatal shooting that happened in downtown Spokane. Police arrested 24-year-old DeAndre Johnson Monday night. Officers say Johnson shot and killed Stevie Cavett on Saturday around midnight on West Riverside Avenue. Johnson's bail is set at $1 million.
The entire state of Idaho has been operating under crisis standards of care for more than a month, and hospital leaders say that's not changing anytime soon. Under crisis care, non-urgent or less urgent care may not be provided in order to ensure a timely response to the most severe emergencies. Idaho health leaders say the state is in a worse place than it was when they first activated crisis standards of care.
When we went into crisis standards of care, one of the factors was space. We were seeing patients that were being housed and treated in non-traditional space areas of the hospital. Up north in Kootenai, it was a classroom. Down here in the Treasure Valley, they've converted day surgery units into patient care units. So we would be looking for some of those things to go back to within the normal footprint of the hospital, just like they were before we declared crisis standards of care.
Kootenai Health broke another record for most COVID patients in the ICU this week.
Well, it's a big day for boosters. Today, the CDC will discuss whether to recommend the Moderna and Johnson & Johnson COVID booster shots. Also happening today, the FDA is expected to authorize the mixing and matching of different boosters, which some research suggests could provide better immunity in many cases. Next month, the CDC will meet again to talk about vaccinating kids ages 5 to 11.
That's your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media.
A lawsuit has been filed against Governor Jay Inslee and the state's Office of Financial Management over the vaccine mandate.
It comes from Teamsters Joint Council 28, which represents thousands of state employees. The lawsuit alleges employment-based vaccine mandates could have a discriminatory impact on Black, Indigenous, and other people of color. They're demanding terminations be halted until more information and worker demographic information is provided by the governor's office.
Now, hundreds of people are without jobs since the vaccine mandate deadline passed, and many are wondering if they can file for unemployment.
Christine Pei from our sister station in Seattle shows us the answer isn't so simple.
Some of them will have a good argument for getting benefits.
Employment attorney Ann Paxton is telling us there's a chance workers could qualify. Her work at the Unemployment Law Project deals mostly with unemployment benefit appeals.
Well, the system is set up to ask questions of them and let them give them a chance to make their case.
But there's a catch.
The Employment Security Department has made it clear it does not have a blanket answer.
The State Employment Security Department, which handles unemployment benefits applications, says if a worker doesn't get a required vaccine and is let go because of it, the agency will look at several factors. They look at when the employer started the requirement, what the allowable exemptions are, and why the worker did not comply with the vaccine mandate. The exemptions that should excuse them from getting the vaccine will come into play.
Moral objection, religious objection, or a medical issue comes up, they do investigate.
But what about back in August when Governor Inslee announced the mandate?
If you leave, the vast majority of people will not be eligible for unemployment compensation either. So people will be out of paycheck the day that they're discharged.
King 5 found out there is some wiggle room. An ESD spokesperson says if someone qualifies for an exemption, but it can't be accommodated, they would likely be eligible for unemployment benefits. For example, if a firefighter got a medical exemption but could not be accommodated to stay on the job because of how close they interact with the public, that firefighter may still have a shot at getting unemployment benefits.
Well, I think the best thing is to be prepared with, the the best evidence they have.
Paxton says if you fall in this category, questions will be asked, such as did a worker requesting an exemption refuse other vaccines in the past?
They'll usually want some evidence of a medical problem that would explain why they needed to separate.
And for religious exemptions, be prepared to explain.
And the type of questions they're going to ask there would be to establish, is this a sincerely held belief?
In Seattle, Christine Pei, King 5 News.
While many people are waiting for their tax return, the IRS is still working to make corrections. After the break, what this means for your bank account.